Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me again at SistahFlame Tarot. I am Tiffany, and this is a program I am calling Tarot Friendly, in which I attempt to dispel some of the myth and mystique that surrounds tarot card readings. And I do this because I know that tarot connotates, spooky, scary, predicting the future. And, none of that is true. Tarot cards are literally pictures on paper, and it's up to us to decide how those images relate to our own lives. So today I'm going to talk about the Emperor. And I've also written a blog post at tiffanylives.com that explains a lot of the Emperor's background. So please make sure to check that out, because I'm not going to talk about that right now. I want to talk about how the Emperor energy can help us right now in April of 2020. All right, so the Emperor, the kind benefactor, the powerful authority figure, this is the guy everyone wants to know. Everyone wants a piece of him. Why? Because he's got that powerful authority and he knows how to use it in a way so that everybody benefits. When the Emperor wins, we all win. When he grows, we all grow, because the Emperor understands the idea of sacrifice and he sees the value in building people up. Now, in the tarot deck, in the major arcana, that's where we find the Emperor, and he's the number 4. And 4s represent stability, structure. And that's who the Emperor is. He provides that for people. He provides that. He is that energy. And, also the Emperor has his domain that he is responsible for, and everything in it he's also responsible for. How does he provide structure to that? He also knows the difference between what he can and cannot control, and that is really where the Emperor draws his power from. He's not concerned with the things that he's not in control of, that he doesn't own. He looks at what he has, sees the value in it, tries to understand, how can I develop this further? And how can this grow? How can we all benefit, get better somehow by looking at what we have and growing what we have? And right now, in April 2020, it's time for you to start thinking in the same way. These times have been a little crazy. We've all had some form of shelter-in-place conditions that we've had to live under for, close to 2 months now. And the societal foundations that we've taken for granted our whole lives are getting shaken up. And it's okay. The Emperor energy is still here with us. And it's time to look. It's time to understand that you do still have control, even though things seem a little chaotic around us. And it's time to take a look and understand, what do I have control over? What do I not have control over? And if I don't, push it out of the way. That's not our focus. That's not what we're about right now. And then you take what you do have control over and you're thinking, how can I develop this more? How can I grow this in a way that myself and everyone connected to it can benefit? The Emperor represents masculine energy, but men and women can be emperors. It's not just for men alone. You want to think about families, family structure. Whether it's a single parent or a 2-parent household, it doesn't matter. If you are in charge of that family, if you help run that family, you are the Emperor. You're providing structure. You're providing consistency. You're providing what people need in that family to grow and thrive. Same thing if you're a manager or a supervisor. Same thing if you're the owner, okay? And so taking a look at around, for one example, even if you rent an apartment as opposed to owning a house or someplace, that doesn't matter. As the Emperor of your rented apartment, you have the benefit of looking and assessing the space that you have and maximizing on the way you use it. That's even something that small is being an emperor. And, the emperor has long-term vision or long-range vision. He's got the eagle on his shoulder. And, when we see an eagle in the sky or even on TV, you can't help but be awed by, its majesty, seriously. And an eagle, the sharp eyes, the long-range vision, that's part of the energy, and we have that ability too. The emperor here in this rendition, the emperor is holding lightning bolts because this emperor is represented by Zeus. But the lightning bolts, again, are about exerting power, asserting power, knowing when it's the right time to act and knowing when it's time to pull back and plan. All of that is part of the emperor. The emperor is holding a globe. He's got the world in his hands. He knows this. He knows what's his. And the clearer we get on what is ours, what we have control over, the more we can use our authority in that way, or our skills, to expand and grow that. So even though, times are a little strange right now, find your emperor energy, because it's not going to be this way forever. Start planning for your future. What is it that you want? What kind of foundations do you want? What is this experience that we're all having right now taught you about the strength of your foundations? How do you want to continue that, or maybe acquire some new ones? This is all the realm of the emperor. So I invite you to think to yourself, what is your personal domain? And I don't mean on a website like TiffanyLives.com. What is yours? What's the first thing you thought of? How can you expand and grow that? The emperor energy is at play in all of our lives. If you'd like to know more about how he relates specifically to you in your life, then please book a reading with me at TiffanyLives.com. You can use your 10-minute freebie if you haven't yet, or I have 30 and 60-minute readings. Now, if you're sitting here listening to this saying this has nothing to do with me, then you definitely need to get in touch with me for a reading, because the emperor is definitely part of your life, and I'd love to show you exactly how and how you can use that to your benefit. So please come visit me, book a reading at TiffanyLives.com. I'll see you in a couple weeks for the next episode of Tarot Friendly. Thanks for joining. Bye.